PD cash credit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Could you repeat what you were saying? Sorry, I had a little issue here.
And a lot of sisters, black sisters are not. Many people are scared to go into black marriage, go to marry black ladies because of character challenges and you know um, many of them are seen as aggressive, overly aggressive. Many of them are seen as not as good helpmates. You know, many of them are not seen as good wife materials.
But don't you think it's just a perception? It's just a perception that the average, black lady is very aggressive. Don't you think it's just a perception, which comes from the system? Don't you think it's a perception or something that is really there?
Well, it's not. We are all not born like that. Nobody's born aggressive. Nobody's born to be very violent, and nobody's born to be very, very independent. We are not born like that. We are not designed like that. We are not created like that. Nobody's born like that. These are things that are cultivated from the culture, from environment, from upbringing, from experiences, from
Mm.
and the average black woman has been through a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of hardship, and many are not many are not healthy for marriages. It's a very strong statement, but as
It
time
is.
many are not healthy for marriages. When they
Mm.
married, they want to do their own thing. They are not they don't they are not able to carry a man's dream and drive with it. They want to do their own thing, and it's it has driven a lot of marriages and even though they are very beautiful and all of that, it has driven a lot of marriage opportunities from them, you know and it's a very, very sensitive topic. It's a very, very sensitive topic,
That's right. That's
but
right.
it is consistently reducing the marriage opportunity. You meet an average black woman, she wants to be married, but very it's not just African Americans, Africans as well. The most black women are becoming, is they it's a lot of issue that needs to be dealt with, and I believe that the church must accept responsibility for raising and training and cultivating the black woman to understand her role, the kind of man that you know uh, black when you marry a black woman and she doesn't have all these baggages. Some of them become some of the best wives, you know. So you know, a lot of them have been through serious uh, an experience, and many of them are not healed. So they are transferring that pain and that that experience into their next relationship. So it's making the generation of young men date them, but they don't want to marry them. They use them for escapades and sex and all of that. But when it comes
Mm.
down, you know, we have a young generation that is all looking for white girls and Latino girls and when they talk about black women, they say no, 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 no. They are too aggressive. They are too aggressive. They are too aggressive. So if we don't work, if the black woman does not work on herself, a time is coming. The marriage opportunity will be very, very, very slim. You know, and not because they are not beautiful, not because they are not smart. Some are very, very educated, very powerful women. But many are not trained to be wives. Many are not trained to be wives. You know, they are not. Many are not trained to be helpers, help. A helper. They're not trained to be helpers. They're not trained to be helpers. They want to do their own thing. They want to drive their own agenda. They are not able to carry and take a man's dream and turn it around. They are always into themselves. So it is causing, like, as compared to the other races, as compared to the other race of people, so it is that needs to be fixed. If that is not fixed, it's going to cause a lot of challenges.
Wow. Wow. So I have a question. So the question is, I mean, as an average woman, okay, coming from a background, never saw, mom, never saw mom being a mom. Okay, mom was working like two or three jobs. She has to juggle, she has to get things done. And mom never had the chance to, raise her, to teach her how to be a woman. And when you look back at the African American community, you figure out that most of our women were raised by grandmoms. Okay, the grandmothers took them and raised them and trained them to become the woman that they are right now. But
Mm.
we are in a generation now that we don't even have the grandmothers no more. There are a lot of grandmothers who are trying to look sleek, competing with the women out there and all that. So how can a black woman, the average black lady growing up, how do you expect her to be responsible? How do you expect her to enter into marriage and being able to figure out what she has to do as a woman? What can she do?
Well, the one of the greatest deception about life is to
Mm,
stop a lie.
wow.
One of the things that have caused a lot of black women to miss opportunities for, even though many of them have succeeded in careers and doing well,
Mm-hmm.
one has caused them to miss a lot of opportunities in this thing called marriage, is because many are consistently telling themselves a lie, you know, and sometimes that you it's one of the ways you numb yourself. You tell yourself a lie, and you convince yourself that there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that the men are not
The men
responsible.
are not good.
The men are not good, and they don't want to accept responsibility, and they are scared of you, and they are scared of your smartness, and they can't stand you. You know, so sometimes, as most black women, not all of them, but most black women, they tell themselves a lie. You know, they tell themselves the lie. They don't want. They don't. Many of them have nobody telling them the truth about themselves.
Mm,
You got to be able to tell yourself the truth. If we are going, if we are going to have a generation of young black women who are doing well, then we got to be able to tell. You got to be able to tell yourself the truth. That why is it that everybody's avoiding us? Why is it that people are seeing us as too aggressive, as too independent, or too feminist, or too self-driven, or too uh, you know, can't keep a home, can't take a man's dream and drive it, and you just, why is it like that? You know, so the first of all is that we got to tell ourselves the truth. If we don't adapt the truth and tell ourselves the truth, that why is it like this? Why is it that people are now not, the average person doesn't want to marry a black person, even a black
mm,
lady. The average person wants to go and marry somebody else. Why is it that it's the marriage favors have reduced drastically despite their beauty and all the gadgets they have on? Why is it like that? If we are able
mm,
to truth, and then you can be able to sit down and say, no, this thing is I want to be different. I don't want to go into a relationship like that. I don't want to, I'll be a victim of the stereotype. Not all of them are aggressive. Not all black women are aggressive. Not all black women are independent and feminist, and can drive a vision, and can cultivate a man, can make the dream of a man or a family come together. They can. Not all of them are like that. But you know, the same way the black man is seen as ignorant, illiterate, irresponsible. uh,
mm.
you know, it is a stereotypical conception,
Mindset.
mindset that is in the mind of a typical person, especially in the West. You know, even though most men are not like that, the same way the average black woman is seen as a lesbian, as a feminist, as too strong, as too powerful, can't keep a home, you know, too aggressive. There's no peace around the person, and
Mm,
the black woman, there's no peace You can't breathe around them. There's no peace. You can't hold a very meaningful, quiet conversation like they do with the white girls, without, them flaring up and having an attitude and going off, you know. And they're all not like that, but it's the perception, that has affected many, and has caused many to grow up without, having a husband. It has caused many to go into the lifestyle of lesbianism, and you know, and has caused many to join feminist movement and all of that. So
Mm.
the black woman is a very beautiful woman. I think
Yeah,
the most beautiful woman, but
that's right. So true.
average black woman has caused men not to want men want most men who like black women want to use them for sex. That's it.
Hmm. Wow. So I have a question, another question. So my question is, how do we get the average woman, to be responsible? And you know what? I think before I let you answer that question, there's something that just came to my mind. So the average man thinks that the black person is the average black woman disrespectful, rude, doing that and all that. Do you think there is something that the women need to work on? Is there anything about the women that they have to really, really work on? As you are saying, sometimes the average woman might live in deception. This is what they say about us. It's kind of the mindset they have about us. Is there any way, what are some of the points you can give the woman? A woman who is getting ready to enter into a relationship, a woman who is getting ready to get married, especially the average black woman who is getting ready to enter into the marriage. Because sometimes they go into the marriages and then before you know, the marriage is broken, either with attitude or with character or whatever. So, what are the things that the average black woman can put in place that as she's going into a relationship, as she's going into a marriage, she can apply all those things, so that the marriage can stand? Because most of the men are running away from the women. Most of the men don't want to have anything to do with marriage. They don't want to hear anything. It's like, just leave me alone. Let me fulfill my purpose, my assignment. I don't want to think about the woman anymore. But the woman also wants the marriage. And when they get the marriage, they take advantage of it and they lose it.
Yeah.
Some are even dating, and before you know that the relationship is broken. You are dating, but the kind of attitude she's kind of expressing, the man doesn't even want to commit again. So, what are some of the wisdom nuggets that you can give to the average woman that is watching, whether they are married or whether they are single? What are some of the things they can put in place? Because we are in an era where it's like a woman power. Most of the women are saying, no man can tell me what to do, blah, 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 all sort of things. But at the back of their minds, they are looking for marriage. They want marriage. They want to settle down. But at the same time, the society is not permitting them. The society is not permitting it. So, what are some of the wisdom nuggets that you can give to the average woman? Say, hey, as you are going to marriage, this and this and this and this and that, that will give a lasting relationship.
Well, the as we said that the average black woman is seen as too independent, too
Mm,
too, they are great for dating, but they are seen as horrible for marriages, very horrible for marriages. You know, so some of the things that I believe that a black woman, as black women, can put in place is that the the first one is that as many black women
mm,
work so hard, they work so hard to get into the marriage, and they work so hard to destroy the marriage themselves.
hmm.
Work so hard to get into marriage, and they work so hard to to destroy the marriage, or they work so hard to get married, and they work so hard not to perform the duties of a wife. You know,
Wow.
if you talk to the typical African American man, he says that, man, I got to go to Africa find a woman. It's like, these women, it's not just African American, but now it's black woman in general. Black woman in general. The ratio has reduced from 85% to 35%. And if it's not fixed, it's going to be in the next 20 years. it is said that the marriage among black women will be 10% as compared to the Latinos and the white and the Chinese and all of that. The divorce rate among the black women is high. The lesbianism rate is high, you know, and it's very worrisome. The first thing is that the first thing is that a man, if you want to marry a man, if you as a black man you want to marry and enjoy the marriage, you must work on yourself. A man wants peace. The first thing,
Mm.
a man does not want
Mm. Can you repeat that again? A man wants peace.
a man does a man is not moved by your beauty or your I talk to thousands of men, and the first thing is that man, this beauty is character deep. A man does not care about your education or your how much money you make or how beautiful you look. You know, it's when you have all these external gadgets and you don't have that internal thing in you. They use you for you are used only for dating. They use it for dating and for fun. They use it for fun and they'll waste your life for 4 years and dating you, promise you that hey, let's I'm not ready now, when I'm ready, we'll settle down. Before you realize that you're ready, he's already getting married to somebody else. So,
Mm.
so the first one is that the average black woman must learn that if you if you don't have peace, you can't give peace.
Hmm. So
If you don't
she needs the peace to be able to give the peace.
yeah you have you the black woman must have the peace in you. You must be
Mm.
you must be a peaceful person. One of the reasons why our grandmothers, our mothers were able to keep marriages for a long time, they had the secret of learning the dynamics of peace. They gave
Mm.
our peace. They they were, even though they were angry, they were peaceful. They know how to talk. They know how to raise their voice. They were not drama queens. The average black woman is a drama person. Is very dramatic, very dramatic, you know. So if you if you want to find a husband and keep a husband, the first thing you have to do is that you got to work on it. Don't forget about looking for a husband. Forget about you don't even need a husband. But work on yourself and learn how to have peace. Learn how to create an atmosphere of peace. Let your words bring peace. Let your attitude,
Mm.
let your behavior bring peace. You know, let be a peaceful person. You know, when you're around a woman that is peaceful, she can have strength, but the strength is under control. You must have
Mm.
you know you I'm not saying you have to be a pushover, but you got to have strength, but the strength must be strength under control. Your strength must be used to drive vision and to protect your family and to take your husband's dream and push it to the next level. So use your strength. You need that strength, you need that aggressiveness, but use that aggressiveness for productive things. Don't use that aggressiveness to destroy the man that you want to marry. you know
Mm.
when a woman is able to give a man peace, you know, it's a man wants peace more than sex. He wants peace more than food. He wants peace more than a house. He want a man who live on the street with a homeless person who can give him peace. A man can
Wow.
pull him. A man, no matter how anointed a man is, a man can be stolen by another woman when he's around a lady that gives him peace. When a man is talking to a lady and he sends peace, all of a sudden he unconsciously start getting attracted to the person. And if you don't catch it,
Wow.
you are being your heart is being stolen by somebody who gives you peace. So the first key here is that the 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 black woman must learn how to give peace and stop the drama thing and stop the independent thing and stop the talking back thing. There are things, if you want to keep your marriage, you need to learn how to be a fool sometimes. So
Mm.
the first key is learn how to keep peace. Sometimes you see a black woman, and they are fighting, and he's dressing the man down, cursing him out, and
That's right.
raising his voice. There's no peace. There's no peace. You can't keep peace. When you do that, and the man says that no, this woman is too much. You know, yeah, you hang around, but before you realize he has started a family somewhere a long time with someone who's giving, you know, and that is how we are seeing that even among pastors' wives, among leaders, among many of them are started living a very bad life because of lack of peace. So as a woman,
Mm.
must, before you are thinking about any about relationship, anything, learn to work on yourself. Learn to work on yourself. And the fundamental thing, the other races do it, but
Yeah.
with the black race, we do it excessively. The average black woman is so you go to the store, and then you probably you are driving, and you cut you
You
know
cut you cut across it.
cut across them. I mean, there's no peace. The words you will use for you, you know, it's so much violence. There's so much aggressiveness. There's so much violence. So you realize that most of these young kids, they get them pregnant and they run away. That is why you see a lot of black kids, and they don't even know who their father is, because
Mm.
the way the mother was behaving, the man has dumped the baby and run away and moved somewhere else, to the point where he doesn't even care about meeting. Most men have neglected their children because of the attitude of some of our black sisters. So
That's so true.
you have to be a person of peace. You have to be a person,
Mm.
you have to learn to be a person of peace, and not always have to speak your mind, always have to be violent, and have to use the language, and they always want to fight. And some of them, you see them fighting, and they want to hit, they want to fight their husband, and they want. It's at the end of the day, it has affected many, many,
It's
many.
true.
The first key here is that, as a woman, work on your character. It's not
Mm.
eyelashes, it's not your weave-ons, it's not your nails and makeups. It's not all of that. You got to be healed. You got to work on yourself and be healed, and learn the dynamics of being a peaceful person. A peaceful person is easy to love. A peaceful person is easy to have as a wife. An easy woman, a peaceful person is easy to help the husband to fulfill a dream, an assignment. They can hold conversation even when it's tough. you know. But an aggressive person, even the least conversation, it turn to a fight. It turn to a fight. So what the men do is that the men go numb. It's like the man doesn't know how to talk, but when he goes out there, he really knows how to talk, because
Very open.
he's very open, because he doesn't want. He's tired of picking up fights with you. And when you take a man's peace, he can't be productive. He can't think. He can't work. Everything comes to a halt. So the first key, if you if you don't want marriage as a black woman, you can be violent. You can be aggressive. You can be overly. You can be all everything that you want to be. But if you want to marry, the first thing you need is not uh, uh, wearing trousers that show your booty, or wearing show your figures. You know, most of those women, the men just use them and throw them away. You know, you got to be a person of peace. You got to be a person of peace. You may not even know how to cook. You may not know how to do anything. But when you know how to be a person of peace, and you can be taught, you can be directed, you can be instructed, you can be
Mm.
you can submit, you can respect a man, you can handle a man. But if you don't have peace, you only live in a house with a nice car, a microwave, and you grow old like that, because nobody wants to live. No man can live with a woman who don't give him peace. No man.
Mm.
And men don't stay in an environment when the woman is always nagging, is always fighting, is always raising a voice, is always dressing the man down. If you do that, the man will not stay. No matter how born again he is, one day he will leave you. One day he's going to go.
Wow. Before you go on, please, if you just join us, I want to encourage you to go ahead and share. You can copy the link and share on your WhatsApp. You can also copy the link and share on your timeline. You can also tag your friends when they have the time. They're going to come on and then connect. So please, I want us to take a few seconds and connect. These are subjects and these are topics that most people don't want to talk about, especially those who are into relationship and all that, relationship experts. Most people don't want to talk about it because they feel that when they talk about it, they offend the woman. I am a woman, but I believe strongly that it is time for us to address certain things to make us better. Okay, such conversations are not to diminish any woman or lambast them. No, that's not the purpose. The purpose is for us to grow and to come out of certain attitudes and certain character that will stop us from enjoying good relationship, that will also prevent us from getting married. So if you are watching us, I want to encourage you to go ahead and share the life. You have a couple of friends who are single, who are married. I want you to copy the link and send it to them. Tag them so that they can also be blessed. So today we are talking about a relationship among the African American women. We're talking about women. What are some of the things in our life that we keep on doing that will destroy our relationship? There's a saying in my native language. They say that you go into the marriage, but it's the character that will take you out of the marriage, depending on how your character is. So if your character is bad, your husband sends you packing. If your character is good, you get to stay in the relationship. So we are here with Dr. Love, and we're discussing some of the things that as women we can do to sustain our marriage, to sustain our relationship, not according to the system. Because when we look at the system, everything defiles good marriage. Everything in the system defiles good marriage. So the first thing he spoke about was that a man wants peace. Men strive on peace. They don't care how sexy you look. They don't care how cute you look. If you are not giving them peace, they are out of the door. Dr. Love, please, can you continue?
Well, the one of the things that in some of these points are needed in almost every race of people.
Mm,
But when it comes to the black woman has been disadvantaged in many things.
yeah.
And the black man has been disadvantaged in many things, and many of them don't have the right platform to speak to. Many people that are on social media are telling them what they want to hear.
I like that. Can you repeat that again?
Yeah,
Please hit on that again.
on social media are telling a lot of black women what they want to hear. Girl, you got
To make them feel good.
make them. And the thing is that it is driving away. It's driving away marriage opportunities from them. Many of them want to marry. It is driving many into funny lesbian lifestyle. It's driving them
Mm-hmm.
many into depression. Many of them are living with husbands who are not, their heart are not even in their home. It has cost them everything. It has cost them everything. So the first key we spoke about is that as a woman, if you only want to marry, you must learn to stop nagging, learn to stop the drama, and learn to be a person of peace. Because no man can love you if you're not a peaceful person. No man can, if you are not, you are overly aggressive, overly violent, and your attitude, everything is violent. You are very, you are just. It's, number two is that you must learn how to talk. You must,
Mm,
if you want to keep a man, and keep the man forever. You must learn how to speak to the king in him. You must learn to
mm,
speak the king in him. You know. You must learn how to speak to the king in him, no matter the status of the man, no matter where he is, no matter uh, his economic strength and his financial strength and his status in life. If you marry the man, you must learn how to speak to the king in him. If that's what your husband is different. But if get married, you must learn how to speak. You know, you must. Men easily marry women who have give them peace, who know how to talk to him. He know how to talk to him. Even when he's wrong, even when you don't dress him down. You learn how to use your words to build him. Learn how to use your word to build him. Learn how to use your word to build him. Don't use your word. Men. There's a king in the man. There's a fool in the man. There's a boy in the man.
mm,
When you speak to the king in him, you react like a king. If you speak to the fool in him, you will react like a fool. And if you speak to the boy in him, you react like a boy. So as a woman, and you want to get married, speak to the king in him. Learn how to speak. Most black women don't know how to speak. Most
mm.
black are not trained how to speak. The things they say out of their mouth, especially when they are going through marital challenges, those words they use break the marriage immediately. And you hear the man say, "I am never going back to this woman. I'm never going,"
Mm,
because the woman has said the word, and that word has affected the man's ego, has affected his manhood, has affected who he is, to the point that he would rather die than to go back to a woman like that.
wow. He
Yeah.
rather die than to go back to a woman like that. Wow, wow. So today we're talking about the relationship among the African American women. What are some of the things that we can put in place as women? My husband said something that was so profound. We are in an era where a lot of women go on live, whether TikTok or Facebook, Instagram, and all they are doing is feeding the ego of women instead of telling women the truth. The reason why your marriage is breaking, the reason why no man is approaching you, the reason why you are not being a marriage material. Instead of being honest, even very honest with, with the women, they just pampering our ego, making us feel that we are on top of the game. Don't sit down for any man to tell you what to do. Don't let no man control you. You are single and yet you are powerful. And we are not saying that you cannot be powerful when you are single, but what we are saying is that don't allow people to feast on your ego and pamper your ego to make you feel that the kind of attitude that you are in, a man will settle for you. And that is a big no. No man will settle for a woman who has a big mouth. Amen. So Dr. Love, please, can you go to the next point? What is it that a woman can put in place to sustain her relationship and marriage? Because I said something from the beginning. There are a lot of women that are dating, okay? They are in courtship and all that. But the kind of attitude they are exhibiting, the man don't even want to say, let me put a ring on her finger. They are not married yet. And yet their attitude and everything is out of place. So how can you help a sister here? How can you help a sister?
Well, if a man does not, if you're dating a man and he doesn't want to put a ring on a finger, it's either he's watching you or he's studying you. You know,
Mm,
no man wants to marry a woman that will bring him headache. You know,
mm,
men don't care how long they date you, as long as they can get good sex from you. But when it comes to marriage, no, 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 no. They don't want to. They don't want to. They don't want to marry a woman that will take their peace and be worrying them. They don't want to do that. 10 years, 5 years, give you excuses. you know. But when it comes to settling down, they don't want to commit to anything that will rob them of. They want to get to a point where they can even live with you. They can live with you. But when it comes to deciding when to get married, and they are not interested, they will just pick a fight and find a way to let you go. You know, so, so the third key is that if you're going to love a man, you must learn to love yourself. If
mm,
you're going to love a man, if you want to love a man and keep a man, you must learn to love you. If you don't love you, you can't love anybody. If you don't cherish you, you can't cherish anybody. If you don't value
mm,
anybody, so you must first love yourself. You must see yourself as a complete person and love you. You must love you. You must love yourself. You must value yourself. You must place a price tag on yourself. You must love you. If you don't love you enough, you don't love you enough, you'll be looking for love in the wrong places. You'll be looking for love in the wrong places. That is why if you see a young lady who is busy, well trained, well educated, raised in a good home, and is busy dating liabilities, it's a sign that she doesn't love herself enough. She has not loved herself enough. When you don't love yourself, you throw your life and destiny in the hands of anybody. Anybody can take it
mm,
because you don't value yourself, you don't love yourself. So as a black woman, you must learn to love you. You must learn to price tag on you. You must learn to value yourself. And loving you is meaning that you must learn to date yourself. You don't always
mm,
your life to feel good. You must learn to be alone. You must learn to be alone and learn to discover who you really are. Many of them don't know who they are. You know
wow.
who they are. So anything they see on social media or they see it
Mm,
on TikTok or they see it everywhere, and they begin to behave funny. All right, learn to love you. The next point is that if you are going to be a great wife and bring and marry and stay married, learn to practice abstinence. Too many women these days are easy to have sex with. Too many women these days, are easy to sleep with. They are they are they are they are they are very loose. Too many women are very loose sexually, like, have no morals. A lot of women have no morals now. Especially a lot of sisters to have no morals now. They don't have morals. They don't have
wow.
morals at all. You know, the first date and you realize they have sex. You know, and, and They use dating as a platform for free sex. You know, as a woman that fears God, a woman, even most women in the church, most single women in the church, they say they go to church, they believe, they speak in tongues, and they love they do all of that, and they are having sex and living a very immoral life in the church. The average person that says he's dating is not dating; he's just having free sex. You know, and men don't marry women who they have. Men hardly marry women who they have had sex with. You know, because there's nothing to look up
Mm,
to again. The trail is over. You know, they've seen whatever they want to see, and they want something. They want a new experience. You know, so why do I have to marry you and expect? Because everything you do for a man, he
that's
can do
right.
for himself. Everything except sex. So if you give it to him, what is there to look
Nothing.
up to? I mean, there's nothing there. Nothing there to look up to. You know, he has finished. There's no expectation for him. You know, so the one of the challenges that we are having in among the Africans and the blacks and all of that African Americans is that the many young ladies have no morals. They dress loose. They dress
Mm,
loose. They hanging out. They dress like, their bodies are for sale. They are sexually loose. That, sexually very loose, very loose. If you push the wrong button right now, they open their legs. You push the wrong button, they open their legs, and then before they realize that, they think that a man is going to love them for after that. No, 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 no. When a man finishes that, he wants something else. He wants a new experience. He wants a new, especially when he's an immoral man. So one of the things that has kept a lot of uh, uh, black women from accessing good marriages, good homes, and good families is that they contaminate the foundation of their relationship with
mm.
immorality, with sex. It used to be that the men used to chase the women, but these days the women are the one chasing the men. And so even in the church, you realize that in the church, you can go to a church and it's like everybody is fornicating, everybody is everybody is fornicating, everybody is busy. No standard, no morals, no nothing, nothing, nothing. And sometimes they call themselves prophetess.
Wow, wow, wow. If you just connected, we're talking about relationship among the African American women. Relationship when it comes to the African American woman, how we handle relationships, what we can put in place to have a good marriage, to have a good relationship. Um, are you done with the points? Because I have a question I wanted to ask. The
Or the point, I have a million points, but you can ask. One of the things that make a woman invincible is a woman that understands. The next point, number 5, is a woman must understand. If you want to go into marriage, if you don't want to go into marriage, focus on your life, focus on your assignment, focus
mm,
on yourself, and spend your. But if you want to go into marriage and marry well, marry well. It's not just marrying. You can just marry any fool. Any fool can be married, but marry well. Marry up. Don't marry down. Is that is that work on yourself and develop your brains. Let your brains be more richer
your
than your
clothes,
your 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 clothes and your eyelashes
the
and your
outer
makeup.
look.
Your Yeah, so that you can hold an intelligent conversation, so that the man that you want to marry, the man that you might don't just it's more than just a wedding and all this stuff. As a woman that you want to marry, unless you want to marry somebody, but if you want to marry well as a woman, you must have all these things in place. Learn how to to build your mind, develop your mind, to hold intelligent conversation. You know, your beauty will make you attractive. Your external gadget, but they get old with time. Your face begin to wrinkle, and your hair is falling apart. Your teeth is shaking. You can't. You're on medication. But a woman that has a brain, a woman that has character, the woman that has developed a mind, even when he's 100 years old, he's still
Mm,
attractive. When the woman mom, even when she's 200 years old, when she has character and she has brains, read books as a black woman. Stop spending all your time. Always want to do something for fun. Every time you want to do fun things. Every time time they want to, they, they're watching movies. The average black man is always doing low yielding things that will not make her a better person. We always want, and it's a common trait among poor people. The poor people always want to do
Mm,
exciting things. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go do this. Hey, let's go to the mall. Hey, let's go and watch this movie. Hey, let's go and do this thing. Everything. Let's go shopping. It's always things that will not will keep them in that low yielding environment, that low yielding, unproductive, backward
mm,
lifestyle, and they produce just like that. It's a culture, and that culture, if you want to be a unique black woman, you must break out
mm,
of that culture. Sit down, let your children see you reading, let your children see you having intelligent conversation. Let you know, have girls where both of you can discuss very
mm.
productive things. It's not always movies, and it's always
Traveling.
having fun and traveling. Let's go eat out. Hey, it's always fun thing. Meanwhile, you don't have the economy for that kind of a lifestyle. So the 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 kind of black woman that will marry well is a black woman that
Mm,
has brains, are developed. She has a vision and she has
mm,
brains. Her brains are what she's reading books. You know, she's studying the stock market. She's finding out how to drive her husband's dreams and assignment. And one of the things that one of the greatest assets of the African American woman is that they can take a man's dream and turn it
mm,
into gold. The average black American woman, can take a man's dream, but many of them don't have the character to believe to stay with. But when it comes to a dream, they can take. That's why most of the other races employ them to make them managers of companies, because they know that when it comes to the crazy things, they will stay at the back and let you go do the crazy work, because they know that you get the work done. You know they can take the dream. Most African American women are the best in taking dreams of men, but many times they meet men without dreams, of dreams of men, and turning the dream into gold. But at the end of the day, some of them will destroy the man at the top, on top of it, because of lack of character and lack of self of composure. All right. So develop your brains. Read books. Be addicted to reading books. Make up your mind that every week you are
mm,
reading 2 books. Every week you are reading 2 books. And when you read more, it comes out of your conversation. It comes out of your husband can discuss important things with you. You must read books. When you read more books, you have less time
that's
for
right.
drama. You have less time, you know, to know what's happening, what is going on TikTok, what is going on, what is going on. No, you have no business that you are driving a vision, you are
Mm,
developing yourself, you are building you are a peaceful person. you know who will not marry such a person? People will beg to marry
mm.
you. Why? Because your
That's
brains are
right.
working. It's not it's not that you have wear a tight skirt and your underwear is showing in it, and then, or you wear something funny and your underwear are showing, and you go on TikTok and you're shaking your booty, and when you do that, you become a low person. You become you just
You
you
lose
become
value.
nothing. You become there's no value there. All right. So as a black woman, develop your brains, read books, spends too much time every time in the movie here, going out to eat there, going to the club here, going to fun here, party here, funeral here, visiting a friend. No, there's no that. Guys, you are waste. That's why many grow old and they live in regrets, because their lives, they have used their time to do unproductive, low yielding things. Low yielding low
Mm,
yielding things. And the of it is that when the children see them do the same thing, the children start
that's
repeating the
right.
same thing. So you see a girl walking through the mall, half naked, and it's just behaving like the mother. Because that's what the mom do. Spend Sundays walking through the malls like she owns the mall. You know? So
Mercy. Mm.
it's a very, we have to speak through to power. Otherwise, we are going to destroy a generation of young black women with so much potential, but nobody wants to
Mm.
marry them. Nobody wants them. Nobody wants to. They just use them to drive a vision. Why? Because it's, brains. The brains. It's not just your going to school, but read books. Especially if you want to marry a man, uh, a high yielding man, a man that wants to accomplish so much with his life. You must read on his
Mm.
assignment. Read
That's
on his
right.
assignment so that he can call you and say, "What do you think about this?" Most men cannot call their wives and ask them that, "What do you think about it?" Because most of their wives they marry, they are empty-headed women. They don't read anything. They don't read nothing. They don't read nothing. They spend too much time on clothes and
Mm.
makeups and hair and shoes and what is trending than the internal qualities. Your internal qualities is what will keep you, not
That's
your
right.
external qualities. Your will get old. A time is coming, you put on a designer, it looks like you are wearing a jacket overall. But your internal qualities are beautiful at your old age, and with your walking stick, people want
That's
to
right.
learn from you. People gather around to learn wisdom. Don't spend all your time going to the mall, going to shopping. You are on Amazon, you know everything, every product on Amazon. You spend time watching movies for 4 hours, and it's not adding to your dream and your destiny. It's not adding. So your husband has one small girl that is busy having conversation with and discussing very important sensitive issues because the wife he knows the wife doesn't have the capacity, can't drive anything. Yeah? And when you have so much time on your hands, all you do is pick up fights. All you do is pick up fights. All you do is you are wasting too much time. You sit in front of the television that you own a TV station. You can't
Mm.
live like that. You can't. You raise your children to be very useless
Mm.
children. Today they are with this friend. Today they are with this sleepover. Today they are in the mall here. Today they are watching movie here. Or today they are on vacation here. The black man likes too much
Mm.
entertainment. The black man likes too much fun. The black person likes too much fun. The black we are at the bottom of the race, but we like too much fun. And it says that is the culture of poor people. They like entertainment instead of
Mm.
empowerment. The average black person like too much entertainment. Too
It's
much
so true.
entertainment.
Because that is why that when you go to um that is why when you go to social medias and all that, every time there's a live stream that is very educative, that is mind engaging, people are not interested. Most black people are not interested. They want somebody cracking a joke, somebody laughing, somebody gossiping, something funny. That's all they are interested. It's a sign, of where our roots are coming from. It's a sign of where we are coming from. Anything that engages our mind, anything that will give us knowledge, it looks like we are
I,
not interested. We want anything that is
even in the
fun.
church, even in the average black church, is full of foolishness. The average black church is full of entertainment. The average black church,
Mm.
if you sit in the average black church, your life cannot be relevant. The things you hear from a lot of foolishness, a lot of entertainment, a lot of games. One great man said, "The black man has entertained the world enough." He said, "We have
My
entertained the
God.
world enough. We have been used as entertainment tools for years. It is time for us to become people of relevance." In sports, the black man has been used.
Mm.
The black race has always been used for entertainment. So we are the bottom of the race. We are the bottom of economic ladder. We are the bottom of the family. In everything, we are the bottom. Why? Because we like too much entertainment. The black woman likes too much entertainment. She's buying things she doesn't even have the money for. Using the card to buy things that she doesn't have the
Mm.
money for. Doesn't have any with no life savings, nothing. But you'll be buy this, will buy that, will buy this, will buy. Unless she doesn't see it, she want it. Unless she doesn't see it, she'll go buy it. And she buys it, realize that she doesn't really need what she bought.
That's right.
So you
That's
see,
right.
the average black child is wearing an expensive sneakers and an expensive designer clothes, and she can't even read books. Okay, you can't really read books, and there's a problem here. There's a problem here. Well, if you watch those kids, they are just like their parents, just like their mom, just like them, just like them.
Hmm. Wow. All right. So if you just connected, we're talking about the relationship among the African American women, African American women, how we can be better. What are some of the things we can put in place to make our relationship better? That is what we are discussing. So if you're with us, please, I want to encourage you to share the live. You can copy and share on your WhatsApp. You can also copy and share on your timeline. So please, let's go ahead and share and connect our friends. You can also tag them. It's very important. Every time they come online, they get to see it and they're able to watch the video. So please stay connected. Dr. Love, anything else you have to
I
say
have a
before I
million
ask the
things to say,
question?
but you please go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, so we are in an era, okay, as I said, we are in an era where the women feel like, I don't want any man to tell me what to do. I can do everything by myself. I am single, I am powerful, and all those things. So when a woman is coming from such a background where she's been single for a very long time, she's done things on her own and everything, and then she's not transiting, into marriage, or she's dating, getting ready to get married. How is she able to deprogram herself from it? Because most of them have been single, especially when they have their own businesses. They are managers, the managers of big companies and executive, in the corporate world and all that, and they've been doing things on their own. There, a man comes in, the man is in their life. You know, how is she able to program herself and to define herself and say, hey, I'm getting married? Because most of the times they don't know the balance. So they bring the same intensity into their marriage and it fails. So what advice can you give to that corporate woman? I know you are corporate, you are very powerful, you are financially free, and the mindset is that I don't need a man, but a man just came into your life. How are they able to balance themselves out so that they don't
Well,
destroy their
that's why
relationship?
marriage counseling is more important. It's important. Marriage counseling, and when you go into the marriage too, you must keep going. You must keep doing counseling after marriage. You know, yeah. So there are two kinds of
Mm,
counseling. There's premarital counseling and there's counseling after the marriage. All right. So you must keep so that your orientation will be aligned, so that you can graduate from being a woman to be a wife, so that you can graduate from being a wife to be a mother. A lot of them go into marriage. They are women. They go into marriage
mm,
as women. They are single women. They go into marriage as single women. Even though they have a ring on their finger, they still maintain lifestyle and the
yeah.
mindset of a woman, a single woman. As a woman, a powerful woman. So the orientation. So the first thing is that you have to find a counseling. What do you call it? Go through premarital counseling and get a mentor. Get a mentor and find someone. Surround yourself with people. Don't surround yourself with your kind. If you surround yourself with your kind, they're going to tell you, girl, you're doing it right. Girl, if you are telling me a piece of mind. Girl, if I'll give him a piece of this. I'll give him a
Mm,
piece of that. I'll tell him to kiss this. I'll tell him to do that. I'll tell him to do that. Surround yourself with women who are cultured. Surround yourself who are broken. Surround
mm.
yourself with women who have a balance. Surround yourself with women who are
I
who have the
like the
balance,
women who have the balance.
and watch them and study from them. Many a times we pick up our strength. We sometimes got to be a strong black woman to drive a vision, to raise children by yourself, and all of that. If you want to marry, you have to change. You have to surround yourself with women that have succeeded in doing it right. Because most of your friends are influencing you and telling you and putting things in your mind and telling you how to do it wrong because they have done it wrong and they don't have anybody. So you got to
Mm,
surround yourself with people who are doing it right and learn from them, ask them questions, and then learn how to, to honor, to respect, and to love, and to carry a dream, and to cultivate your husband, and all of that. The whole nine yards. No, the whole 9 yards. To keep a home and all of that. If you don't learn those things, it's gonna you marry with the right intention, but You know, a man can't love you when they realize that you are too overly aggressive or too, you are too opinionistic. You you can't be instructed. You can't be loved. You can't be controlled. You can't be, you can't be, you know. When you start becoming overly aggressive on his level, he sees you as another man. He doesn't see you as a woman. He doesn't see you a woman that he doesn't see you as a woman he can protect. He doesn't see you as a woman that he can guide. He say, no, 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 baby, you can't do that. No, no, you can do this. No, no, you can't do that. No, I can't do what I gotta do. And you can't stop me. And that's my life. You can't stop me. All right. And when a man hears that, he puts the brakes on and leaves you alone. Go and learn
Mm.
life through the hard way. Whatever happens to you, don't come tell me. All right, so the orientation must be the program. You can maintain the strength and use it to drive a vision and use it to fight for your family and all of that. But when it comes to staying with a man, you know, when you are all that dramatic, it's only you can live. So sometimes even if you have a pet animal in the house, they run away, go hide under the bed because they know that you are.
As you were talking, you said something that was so profound. You said counseling after marriage. There are a lot of people that do counseling before marriage, and after marriage, most people just plateau. They're like, well, we married, I don't need any counseling. How important is, counseling after marriage? How important
Well,
is that?
before the marriage, you don't realize the what do you call it. You don't realize some of the flaws and the weaknesses and all of that. But when you get into the thing itself, we get the marriage decision itself, that you realize, hey, I'm hot tempered. Hey, I'm not clean. Hey, my kitchen and and one of the things that helps for a woman to enjoy marriage is that be open for correction, be open for instruction, especially from the man, not from your pastor yet, but from the man that you say you're going to be married to, because it's the one you're going to be living with, right? So the counseling
Mm.
is the postmarital counseling helps us to you are in the thing, so you know where it's hurting. You know, you begin to realize that, oh, I didn't know I was like this. I didn't know I was like that. I didn't know I was like this. I didn't know I was like that. I didn't know I was like this. So in the marriage, in the thing, then you begin to you begin to you know fix those areas where that can destroy the home, destroy your marriage, destroy your children, and and you know wreck everything that you've worked for. Yeah, because a man,
Mm.
the way men are wired, they can leave you with everything. If you see men that are going through divorce, they say, "Let the woman have everything. I just want my peace." Let yeah, you can
I
take the
don't care.
house, take the car, take the dog, take the cat, take everything, take everything in the house. All I want, let me
Just
just,
leave
I
me
want
alone.
peace. I want to be by myself. I don't want to just let her have everything. Most men will even be glad. Take of it. Let me be homeless alone. Let me have peace. That yeah. So yeah,
I don't want
I want
problems. I want peace. All right. So today we spoke about the relationship among the African
yeah,
American
the
community. God
African
bless
woman.
you for connecting. Before we leave, what are your final words to women? We're going to continue next week, God willing. And please don't forget, next week Saturday, on the first we are having Dr. Love is having a live conference for pastors. If you're a pastor, you don't want to miss it, please. I don't care what you are pastoring, whether you are pastoring a group of five, a group of 10, a group of 6,000, millions. It doesn't matter the number of people you are pastoring. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be on February 1st, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. 3 p.m. Eastern Time on February 1st, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So please mark your calendars and stay connected. It's going to be powerful. And time to ask all the questions you want to ask. We're going to put them on board to have the teachings and all that. And after that, we're going to open the room for questions and answers. Amen. So please Get ready. February the 1st, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Please mark it on your calendars. Dr. Love, anything
Well,
else?
it's
Anything else?
as we said that these are not designed to beat down anybody. These are not designed to. These are
Not at all.
designed to
Mm.
make our people better, our women better,
And to
challenge
challenge our women. To
to to
challenge our
to step
women.
up the plate and become better women. You know, Yeah, our mothers were better,
Mm.
our grandmothers were better. There are women who are better, you know, but we are raising a
Mm.
generation of women that don't even know how to be a mother or a wife, and we are
Mm.
raising a generation that love the weddings. They love the weddings more than they love the marriage. They love the ring and the honeymoon
Mm.
and the honeymoon pictures, and they love the responsibility of being married. So the many people would rather be with shacking, living together than to even to marry. Because many don't, if it's in case it
Mm.
doesn't go right. So decide to live a godly life. Have a relationship decide to live a
Amen.
godly life and have a relationship with Jesus Christ. And then decide to work on yourself. Surround yourself with cultured, they don't even have to be black women. Surround yourself with people who are, who have kept homes, who have kept marriages, who are doing well. Don't justify the things you are doing, which is not helping you. Don't don't
I like
justify.
that.
I just want somebody just to understand me. No, 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 no. Yeah, no, no, no,
No man
no.
understands me. They don't
They
understand
don't
me.
understand you.
No man
Don't
understands me.
let your heartbreaks lead you into lesbianism. Don't let your heartbreaks and your consistent cycle lead you into a life to open you up for a lesbian lifestyle. Don't let it lead you to become a different person. Many women that are watching us is that this is not who you are, but your experiences and the ignorance has
Mm.
caused you to be something else and somebody else, and has caused you are missing a lot of opportunities. People come, they don't want to stay. People come, they don't want to stay, and you get married, doesn't work. Why? Because you there's a philosophy in your mind that must be deprogrammed. There's a there's a there's a
Mm.
there's a mindset that you have believed that it's not right, that it's not, and it's not helping your
Mm.
children, and i- making a lot of mothers become negative role models for their families and for their community. And I believe that change can come. Change, we can all change. We all have needed. We
That's
all
right.
need help. So the responsibility that
That's right.
you need change, I need change. We all need change. We all, but when you justify
That's
it,
right. Mm.
I have to do it this way, and I don't like people doing no, no, no. Then you're going to be an old woman, very miserable. You're going to be an old woman, very very miserable. Or you're going to get in some lifestyle that it's not going to be godly. All right. So instead of shacking and sleeping around and 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 and, and wasting too much time doing low yielding things, if you want to marry, learn how to be a wife. If you want to marry, learn how to be a mother. If you learn how to marry, learn how to be a helper. If you want to marry, learn how to love yourself. If you want to marry, most importantly, learn how to pray and learn how to be peaceful. You can be angry, but learn how to talk. You can be angry. You are human. You can be angry, but learn how to talk. And not learn how to close. Sometimes you just have to shut your mouth and just so that peace can reign, and stop dragging issues. Stop dragging them.
All right. All right. God bless you so very much for those who connected. God bless you for connecting. And that's something that my husband said. This is not meant to, make a ridicule out of women. That is not it. There's something that I noticed that in this dispensation that we are in, all people want to hear is something that is sweet, something that will make them feel good, not words that will change them, not advice that will transform them. Everybody want to hear something good. Oh, you are good, you are good. And deep down, those people telling them they are good, they know that they are not. So we are in an era, nobody wants to be sincere to anybody because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You rather hurt the feelings of somebody for the person to become better than pampering the feelings of the person and leading the person to distraction. So we are here to, be better. We are here to learn. We are here to become better women. So God bless you so very much. We will see you again next week, God willing, same time. It's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern time. But don't forget again, on February 1st, we are having Dr. Love right here. We're talking about can you throw a little light on it, Dr. Love, on the
Well,
on the on the first?
it's a young pastors and church leaders conference. It's,
Mm,
we're going to have two sessions. The morning is going to be 9 p.m. Eastern time, and the evening is going to be 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Eastern time.
It's going to be heavy. It's going to be, a lot of young pastors were introduced to religion. We want
Mm,
to learn the kingdom so that you can be effective, because without the kingdom, the church doesn't, the dignity of the church cannot be restored. All right. The mandate and the original assignment of the church is the kingdom. So it's going to be two sessions, and we're going to go throughout the whole month of February. It's loaded month, loaded month. We're going to train you things that the Bible school did not train you. You're going to be getting it right here. I'm doing it for free because those who need it cannot afford it. All right. So Saturday, if you're a pastor, church leader, bring your people, bring them. We're going to be teaching you on some massive principles that will transform your life and destiny and ministry.
all right. It's going to be live on Facebook, live on TikTok, and then live on YouTube. Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, if possible, Instagram. So please stay connected on all the networks and get yourself ready to learn. God bless you so much. We'll see you again next week, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Marie.